Okay, so what is Aquarius? What is it? Is it really a man pouring water out of a bucket, a jug? What is it really? A lot of people that I notice, uh, well, when I actually Google, information on Aquarius, whatever, I always see that some people ask, what is Aquarius? And I know some be like, uh, is Aquarius a water sign? Then some people, have to actually correct others and be like, no, Aquarius is an air sign. So it's always a confusion. There's always some type of mix up when it comes to Aquarius. It's just, and it makes us weird because, I mean, what exactly is Aquarius doing? Why is he even pouring out water? Now, if you're familiar with Bible verses that deal with astrology, you will actually see that Aquarius is actually in there, and he's known for the one pouring the water out in certain verses, and etc. But what I notice is that as far as Christianity is concerned, uh, I know they dealt with like changing the images. And I know in certain religions, certain images, they don't worship certain images. And I had also noticed that Ptolemy, he was the one that actually had recorded Aquarius in the 2nd century AD. So that's only, you could basically see not too long ago. But what was Aquarius before then? You see, because if Ptolemy actually recorded it in the 2nd century, was it his idea, or was it an idea around that time period? Because I mean, I never actually seen other zodiac signs. When they explain it, that it was recorded at this certain time period, whatever. It's always Aquarius, so it just makes me think that something ain't right here. So we also know, when we, like I said, look up, you know, Aquarius, and we try to find mythologies and what represents the Aquarius, we run into a few individuals that I guess they say is a representation of Aquarius. And at the bottom we have Enki slash Oannes, and on the right we have Varuna, the Lord of Life. So this is Babylonian or Middle Eastern and Asian, India representations of Aquarius. Now, just by looking at these characters, it looks nothing like the Aquarius that we know today. Even though different cultures and etc. But the question is, why is it that Varuna is on the Makara, if I'm correct? I know it's supposed to actually represent Capricorn. I think it's called the Makara, I think. It's supposed to be the vehicle of Varuna. And then we have Enki standing here with two, I guess, streams of water with fish, and it's a bird, I guess, either like on his hand or something. So we know that Aquarius is also known as John the Baptist. Um, who else is? It says Joannes and Oannes. They also say that Aquarius is actually known to be symbolic to the flood and Noah's Ark and stuff like that. But I think I have found something a little bit more older, I guess, than maybe both of these characters. So here is a Babylonian, I guess, map. And I guess, it's the world map at the bottom and the star map above. As above, so below, and so on. This was said to be, I guess, as old as from I think 600 to 500 BC. So that should be around like maybe like 4,000 years ago, I think. Somewhere around there. But I could be wrong. But anyway, so I had this map for a very long time. And I had noticed something strange. And on this map, I know as far as like, the zodiac circle of animals. Because, I think that's what the zodiac means as far as in Greek, circle of animals. And we know that animals was created before man, as far as what they say in the Bible and etc. But I found something very interesting. So here, I noticed behind Capricorn, there's two animals that's not usually depicted in our modern, excuse me, in our modern, I guess, constellations. It looks like some type of wolf, as far as, I guess that's number 10. And number 6 is some type of panther. And as you can see, the two fishes at the bottom. And I guess there's some type of stag or deer behind it. So I started to question. So I'm saying, okay, Aquarius is supposed to be there. That's his area behind Capricorn. Aquarius is not there. There's no man pouring a bucket of water. And it's like directly in the train of the 12 signs. And it's a panther. So I'm saying to myself, is this the real representation of Aquarius? Is this what Aquarius is supposed to be? Is it a panther? Or some type of jaguar, leopard, spotted animal? Because you can actually see here, whoever made this, you can see that it has, I guess it's called rosettes. So it's actually spots, but it has like another spot in it, something like that, or it's like colored in. So it's not a cheetah, because I guess it'll be all black spots, but you could see that it has like, white inside of some of them. So I'm assuming this is some type of leopard, jaguar type animal. So I'm also trying to think, are there any jaguars or were there any leopards in the Middle East? So when I had looked it up, I guess recently they have found some leopards, but I think this was like the early 2000s. So if this is actually a Babylonian star map, what is it doing with a panther? Like, as far as one of its animals. I mean, it's not native to the Middle East. So I don't know if they got this from somewhere else, or if it's a copy and they had it. But we know that there are panthers in Africa, jaguars and leopards and other spotted animals, or felines, I guess. And in the Americas. But anyway, so here's another I guess star map, and this one is from Germany. I guess this was found in Germany. It's a codex from 800 AD. And again, what's interesting here is like the same area where Aquarius should be, right behind Capricorn. And you can see the fish that looks like a swordfish. It has like a long pointy, I guess, like, whatever that's supposed to be. And here we have another animal that's leaping. It's like almost like, I can't say the same type of like motion as the panther, but I honestly can't not distinguish what this animal is. I can't really tell because it looks like it's a copy that was drawn, and I can't tell if those are horns on top of the head. I mean, it doesn't have spots like the panther in the Babylonian star map. Now this one is from 800 AD, and remember, Ptolemy recorded Aquarius as far as the water bearer in the 2nd century. So that's supposed to be like around like 100 AD. And the Babylonian map was created, or said to be created, in 600 to 500 BC. So even though this map right here is actually later than Ptolemy's star map, but for some odd reason, it still has some type of animal that's in the position where Aquarius should be at. So I don't know which, how could I say it, like which year or time period is older. But like I said before, zodiac actually means circle of animals. I mean, some people say, yeah, a man is an animal, or human being is some type of animal or whatever. And we know that animals was supposedly created before man, and man worshipped animals. You know what I'm saying? I mean, animals helped man in ancient times in a lot of situations, as far as like how to hunt, and man studied animals and mimicked animals until they actually took dominion of the animal kingdom. So again, in the Aquarius spot is some type of animal that appears to be running and leaping, but this one is going the opposite way from the panther, as you can see here. Now, we know that, okay, we see Capricorn. It's a goat fish. For some reason, you know, it's a half fish, half goat. But I'll bring this situation up like on another time. But we know that these panthers, jaguars, and other felines, they hunt. They carnivores, and even though the way how the panther is like in some type of like running, leaping position, and let's just say if that goat was actually supposed to be a full goat or something, or an ibex, or just some type of horned animal, I guess like in the ibex family. And we see how the panther is actually like right behind it, like he's about to leap on it or something like that. But I mean, that was just my little observation right there. But I mean, it makes sense to a degree. I mean, we watch National Geographic. We've seen lions down to cheetahs hunt down gazelles. I mean, it kind of looks like this scene is representing that. I could be wrong, but that's what it just looks like to me. Now here we have the constellations of Aquarius, Capricorn, and the fish at the bottom. So as you can see, we have Aquarius looking like, he's pouring out water, I guess, from the right arm, I guess, if I'm facing you. And his left arm is actually stretched way across Capricorn's back. Now, I always say that Capricorn and Aquarius rises at the same time. And I actually think like these two constellations is adjoined together. I mean, as you can see. But you have to actually see how these two constellations rise when it's coming above the horizon. Even though they both coming above the horizon at the same time, but the sun is like, say if the sun is in Capricorn, it won't look like Aquarius is actually, involved, but the stars of Aquarius actually rises with Capricorn. And so I basically think like these two signs is together. But I mean, joined together. I think it's basically one sign and it's combined together. So remember, I had showed you Varuna at the bottom left, and you can see that he's riding on the Makara. In Vedic astrology, it's said the Makara is Capricorn, and you can see in his hands he have some type of instrument, and it has like two streams of either water. I mean, he's supposed to be the god of the oceans and water and stuff like that, but I think he also resides in the sky. So I guess, and I also think in Hindu mythology, I think Aquarius is supposed to be Kumbha, the vase. So again, you have Aquarius as far as being Enki, a man, streams, a bird, which probably is Aquila, the constellation, and we have Varuna with his Makara. And like I said before, they have Kumbha, the vase, is actually what the Hindus generalize and say that is Aquarius. So from a vase or from these guys, then it goes down He been demoted to a vase or a jug, a man, whatever the case. So anyway, back here. So what I actually tried to do was see if, or basically see like, okay, if I take these lines away and I try to create my own little image, with the stars that's there, and what type of character could I make out? So we know Aquarius is on the left, Capricorn's on the right, and the southern fish is at the bottom. So this is what I came up with. And it's so crazy because before I even seen the picture with the panther, something just told me and said, you know something? These stars look, it looks like to me that it's something leaping on the Capricorn's back, the goat. That's the impression that I had got. So what I did was, took out the panther and the goat, and I just, put it. I mean, it didn't come out properly how I really wanted to, but. So I'm saying to myself, okay, this looks more like a accurate, I guess, scene, in my opinion. So if you look at the panther and you see how the back, let's look at the back. We see the tail, and we got the two legs at the bottom. I guess like his hind legs. Now, if you look at the stars of Aquarius, where I guess the end of his foot and the end of the stream is supposed to be pouring from, you can see that it has, it just looks like the tail and the two legs to me. And then you have, I guess, where the water is supposed to be coming out from the cup. I'm just like, okay, maybe that's probably the head of the panther, and let's just say the outstretched arms that's going across Capricorn's back is maybe, the front legs that's trying to leap onto Capricorn. I mean, that's the impression that that I had got. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. I mean, as far as like the artwork is the panther and the goat that's at the bottom, But let's say if this Aquarius is really supposed to be a panther, I mean, that's what it looks like. Because I mean, why is the Aquarius arm so far across the back of the goat? I mean, it doesn't even look like Varuna. Because I mean, where would you actually see? Where would you see the human body? I mean, even though I know is people make these things, and I guess the constellations is usually related to the seasons and stuff like that, and whatever's happening, I guess during that time of the month, they created it. And I guess made an image out of it, just to, I guess like a time stamp or something. So I guess as far as like whatever type of I mean, even though these animals hunt any time of the season or whatever, but I guess in certain other countries, around the world, I'm not too sure exactly like what goes on during Aquarius season. I know in America, and especially like the Northeast, it's cold, it snows, and then when it gets closer to like February, like mid-February, it starts raining, and sometimes it would snow again, and the weather would start like fluctuating between hot and cold, and it's like it's fighting, to become stable, and which is actually weird because Aquarius is supposed to be a fixed sign, and Pisces is mutable, so that's changeable. But y'all get the point though. So you know, is Aquarius really a panther or some type of leopard, jaguar, spotted feline animal? I mean, like, what? So, Aquarius is supposed to be the opposite of Leo. I mean, what would be the opposite of a lion, I guess? You know what I'm saying? Like, what would it be? I mean, cheetahs, panthers, leopards, and etc., they do not look nothing like lions. And I guess they like still in the, I guess it's called like a Panthera or Panthera family species or something like that. But these animals are a little bit more smaller. They're not as strong as a lion. Their whole functionality is different. Now, what I was actually thinking too was, as far as like the characteristics of like Aquarians, I mean, they say Aquarius is friendly, but I personally really don't think so. I think Aquarius only looks or acts friendly because they don't really want to be rude and just like tell somebody like, yo, just hurry up and go, like, all right, hurry up and finish talking to me, like I'm busy or something like that. So they would act friendly and try to get just get up out of there. But they like their space, and they're kind of like solitary people. So I started realizing, like, what, that kind of does fit the description of a leopard. I think like the males, which I don't know if the males is actually the Black Panthers, but I know that they're solitary animals. They're not really social like that, and you barely see them. I think they're nocturnal animals. And they live like isolated lives. Besides, like the mothers, I guess, taking care of the young and so on, and when it's time to mate, etc. But that's what it seems like to me. I mean, I kind of get the impression that this panther, jaguar, leopard animal, it kind of fits the description. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this animal is in the Aquarius spot. There's no water bearer there. And we seen him in the, some type of other animal in the German Codex from, what's this, 800 AD. Like I said, I don't know what kind of animal that is right there. But you never know. It could be the same thing. It looks weird. It looks like some type of, like, it doesn't even look like a rabbit or some type, I don't know. But this is Germany. So, I mean, there's no, I don't know if they have snow leopards up there or out there in Germany. So it could probably be something like that. But, I mean, I'm not going to say all animals and stuff like that actually came from Africa or whatever. But as far as that Babylonian map from the 600 to 500 BCE is way older than this. So, I mean, you can still see Capricorn, you know, it has its horns and it has like the fish body, the back. For some odd reasons, like that sign never changed. Then you got Pisces. And again, you got Aquarius as some type of leaping animal. So anyway, to end this, you know, this was just kind of like random. This was like off the head. And this is my very first video. And tell me what you guys think. You know, leave a comment. If you even resonate with the panther, jaguar, what's that, the leopard? And let me know if you ever seen these animals before or these type of astrology zodiac pictures. But like I said, I had these for like a very long time, and it's like I seen it, and I thought about it, I contemplated on it, and so on and so on, but I never really spoke about it until now. But so let me know what you guys think. In my opinion, I think that Aquarians is some type of like leopard. Because I mean, think about it. Like, you have the god Dionysus. I guess he's supposed to be from the Greek god Dionysus, and usually he's supposed to be the one with the who drinks the wine. He got the jug, and sometimes you'll see him like on you'll see him riding the panther. So like if you look it up, it will say like he's either on a panther or something. Let's say cheetah or whatever. But usually when you see Dionysus, he'll have his staff, and I think that's supposed to be like a pine cone at the tip. And then sometimes you will see him with the jugs, and you'll see him with the I think it's called the satyrs, and I think the satyrs and the centaurs. And I think the satyrs is supposed to either be like the half man, half goats. So I would say like, okay, let's say like Capricorn, then he's with the centaurs. So that'll be like Sagittarius or whatever. So we know that Aquarius is between Capricorn and Sagittarius. No? Yeah. Because it's Capricorn. No, it's Sagittarius, Capricorn, then Aquarius, whatever. But then again, you got Dionysus. So even though he's represented as the sun god most of the times, so he's kind of like, I guess, in the middle of them or whatever. But anyway, he's on a cheetah or a panther, whatever. Now, I'm not saying for a fact that this is actually the Aquarius as far as the what he's riding on, but it probably depends on the say like the age of when they created Dionysus, as far as him being like the sun god or where he was at and stuff. As far as because we're supposed to be going into the Aquarius age, and we're leaving Pisces, And the winter solstice, from what I remember, I think either 4,000 years ago. I think it's either 4,000 years ago or either like 4,000 BC or something like that. That the winter solstice was actually in Aquarius until it moved into Capricorn, and now the winter solstice is supposed to be in Capricorn because now, if you go by sidereal, you'll notice that on December 25th, the sun is actually in the galactic center. So it's like actually between, say, Scorpio and Sagittarius. So, um, I don't know if, say, Dionysus is actually 4,000 years old, or whenever they actually had, created, or what time period they created these myths or whatever. But usually they'll say, like, I guess his counterpart is Bacchus. I think that's either, one of them is either Roman or Greek. I can't remember exactly which one it is. But they try to say, like, okay, it's Capricorn or whatever. But we know Capricorn as far as being the goat, etc. It doesn't make a difference though. But as far as him riding on the panther, the cheetah, I mean, like, where did he even get that cheetah from? We know there's no cheetahs and leopards and stuff like that in Greece. Up there, Dionysus is said to be a foreign god anyway, and he came from somewhere else. But that's just a different topic though. But I think that you know, this cheetah, panther, in my opinion, I think it's a representation of Aquarius. Like I said, I don't know what time period this Dionysus came into existence, and we know these guys, but they allegories and how they be, they artwork and what it secretly means is you know, is real deep for the average human comprehension. So anyway, I'm off this. But this is what I think. I think Aquarius is not the water bearer. I think it's actually, like I said, the panther animal, a panthera, what is it? I forgot. Type animal. It got spots. It's not a lion, but it's basically in the position of Aquarius. Also, on, like I said, the German codex is another animal there that's it's not a man. It's not the water bearer. Nothing like that. So did the Christians, Ptolemy, did they change the image to fit whatever narrative that they was trying to narrate to the people and stuff like that? But yeah, so this is it. What is Aquarius? I think it's a panther. Leave a comment what you think, and have a good one.